You run your pace, you run your race. And it made sense. I was like, okay, well, I think you just want me to work out so I'm fit on stage. But sure, if that's what you're thinking, you know, I think you just know that we have some big tour dates coming up and you want me to have Carrie Underwood legs. But all right, fine. Won't sweep me off my feet if you can't catch me when I fall. Don't promise me.
One song, one story, unforgettable on the road. Moho Sessions.
It's hard being a diamond in a rhinestone world.
That's it, yeah. I know that one. I think somebody should write a song about that.
Somebody needs to write a song about it. Yeah. Have you started that?
Yeah.
This?
Yeah.
DC has
Hello.
this annoying habit. I'm going to call it annoying because it annoys living daylights at me every time you do it, but you still do it. He just starts it.
Just starts it.
He just starts it.
No.
It's more natural.
I probably still got something in my teeth already. Jeez. All right. Well.
But like,
But see, now we're all cracking up and having fun. So
See?
it's nice to meet you. Let me make sure my phone's off.
stop sticking up with it. How are you doing?
I'm good, Linda. How are you?
I'm very. It's good to see you.
It's
I have
wonderful.
been immersed in Payton music.
Hopefully that's good.
It's good.
Hopefully.
There's a lot of cool songs.
Okay.
I love a shotgun and a shovel.
You do? Okay. Nice. Very nice.
That is one where, you know, at certain times you just would need those kinds of things every now and again.
That I don't know if it's here in the UK, but we have a TV station in the States called Lifetime.
Yeah.
And a lot of those movies are like women who just crack and go crazy.
Yes, and murder.
Yes, it's always like some crazy story. And when we got together to write that song that day, I was like, let's do a movie on Lifetime in 3.5 minutes. Like, you know, Earl got Earled, so let's write a song about Earl getting Earled, basically, you know. And I wrote it with two guys, and I think that would have been the last song we ever wrote together. So hopefully they're not scared of me after that. But
I think you need like a follow-up to the shovel and the shotgun.
Where would it go?
Like burying them alive.
Oh, go! I mean, I like the storytelling.
The murder
aspect.
ballads.
Yeah, gosh, I bet there's many a bluegrass song you can find already that would be a very good follow-up to that. Like Pretty Polly, all those. So bluegrass songs are tart. They're really tart.
There's a lot of like country songs. There's a lot of country songs that want to like take a shovel to someone or kill someone or hang, draw and quarter them, or you know, just take their important members and fling them away. I
don't know.
It's
I don't know why that's such a thing. You know, maybe it's.
It's normally the women. We have some pent up anger.
Yeah,
That's
and I mean,
happens to us that we need to release
I
in a healthy way.
I always say I never act on it, and you know, I always say I don't condone this behavior before I do the song, but I do think there's something. I mean, why do we love mystery novels? Why do we love whodunit novels? It's the storytelling, and I think a lot of that could be drawn back to that. And also, I think a female artist can get away with writing that kind of song. A male artist really may not be. So, yeah. So I think that's why you hear more female artists doing those, but
They're fun.
they are fun. Well, again, why do we love mystery novels and detective novels and whodunits? It's the story.
The other song I really loved, and it got me right in the heart, which I love the song, so it's a sad goodbye.
Ooh, thank you. Well, I'm sorry I got you in the heart, but I guess I
But
got
it's
you
good.
in the heart.
It's good though. Like I love a song that's the kind of songs that I absolutely adore.
Well,
That's my favourite kind of. Although I like the shovel and the shotgun, but those like sad goodbye, I just think is just amazing.
what's so funny is I wrote that song when I was in high school, and I like had no idea what heartbreak was. So I had no business writing that like heavy heartbreak song. I just knew that when I sat down to write it, I wrote it with the guy who was my manager, guitar player. His name's Joe Cleveland. He's so talented. And he just started playing that little little rolling thing of the song. He just started playing that roll, and it just felt like a moment of saying goodbye. So that's where that came from. But I even listened back to that, and I'm like, who hurt 13-year-old Payton that bad? Like that, I just had no business writing a heartbreak song that way, but I did. I guess it comes back to storytelling.
That just shows you, like, you obviously must have had either empathy or just a natural ability to songwrite, because writing something like that song at 13 years of age is incredible. Like that's natural gift right there.
I think storytellers, songwriters, even actors in theater, they have the ability to almost turn up their empathy, and they turn it on and turn it up to like 11, and they just look at the world around them. And I think that's why you hear about so many writers and musicians who suffer from depression or anxiety, because I feel like they just feel so heavily for the whole world. Like they hear something and they just feel so heavily. So to be able to channel it into something healthy like a song or a piece of art, I think that's just a way that they find that they can cope with the world, but it also creates a product that goes out into the world that makes people feel like they're less alone. So I guess they're like little channels, little divine channels.
I think that seems like the perfect acoustic song to do if you really
To do Say Goodbye?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Gosh. Ooh, that's a curveball team.
Just because we've been sitting talking about it, I'm just like,
when I fall. So I'm gonna tell you also about this too, and my husband has told this story, so I feel like I can tell it. So we got married in 2023, and I met him when we were both in high school. I was homeschooled for high school because I was touring so much.
Yeah.
He was in school in the town that we were both living in, and we only lived a few minutes away from one another. Well, we met, and he was running because he was playing rugby. I needed to train to run because some music person said I should go do a half marathon, and I listened, and I'm glad that I did because I'm not very athletic. So I got to prove to myself that I could, right? So we started training on runs, going together, and I gave him a CD that had this soft song, Say Goodbye, on it. Well, apparently on those walks, on those runs, we just fell head over heels for one another. And him, still in high school, we kind of lost touch, and he sent me a message saying, hey, what's your email? I wrote a parody of your song. And he didn't realize that the word parody meant like comedic, like a comedic rendition or making fun of something. I just didn't answer because I was on the road, and plus I knew he was in high school, I was traveling, I was like, we're living very different lives, so I didn't answer. The big joke was I ghosted him for 6 years, which I guess I did. I'm sorry, Ethan, if you're watching this. But he thought that I didn't talk to him after all that time because I was offended that he had done a parody of this song, and that I was offended that he had made fun of my song. I said, I didn't even know what you did. I just didn't get back to you. So he said, well, good, because all this time I rewrote this song, and it wasn't a parody. It was actually, I'll play it for you. It was his way of saying that he was interested in, wanting to date. I know. So listen to this, right? Listen to how horrible I am that I didn't respond to him. Luckily, God had a plan and it all worked out, but this is what he wrote. So the original, what you'll hear when I play the whole song, for the chorus is, so don't sweep me. Oh, that's too high. What am I doing? Sorry, I've been out here at the festival. So don't sweep me off my feet if you can't catch me when I fall. Don't promise me the world and then leave me with nothing at all. Don't swear by the stars. heart and promise I won't cry. If you're just gonna be another sad goodbye. Alright, so that's a song he wrote in high school. I'm gonna cry. I still feel so bad. My husband wrote, I'll sweep you off your feet.
Oh my God.
And I will catch you when you fall. I can't promise you the moon, but I'll give you my all. I swear by the stars, I cross my heart and I promise you won't cry. 'Cause I won't be another sad.
Oh.
He wrote this. He wrote this.
Oh my gosh!
I still feel horrible. I still feel so bad. So.
But you're with him now.
Yes, and it's all beautiful and lovely, and he has not made me cry, and he did everything he said he was gonna do in that song. But yeah, so give it up for Ethan, everyone. But this is the this is the song that you're referring to, the one that I had originally written, and that was on that CD that I handed him. And this is Another Sad Goodbye. Let's see if I should take it down one step further.
Couples.
We'll go back up to where we were. I've been walking around the park all day, so I've got all kinds of new English allergies that I'm encountering. So I'm just, learning, right? All right, here we go. This thing works. All right, this is called Another Sad Goodbye by request. I've had my heart shattered, but still I keep on trying. Eyes that cry, lips that lie, and love slowly dying. And every time I mend my heart, it gets a little more brittle. You could say it's different this time, but it might be too late to live. So don't sweep me off my feet if you can't catch me when I fall. Don't promise me the moon and then leave me with nothing at all. Don't swear by the stars, cross your heart and promise I won't cry. If you're just gonna be another sad goodbye. Trust is like a mirror once broken, it can't mend. It's better to leave it broken than to get hurt. Every rose that I have plucked has drawn blood from its thorns. There's no trace left of my heart on the sea where it was. So don't sweep me off my feet if you can't catch me when I fall. Don't promise me the moon, then leave me with nothing at all. Don't swear by the stars, cross your heart and promise I won't cry. If you're just gonna be another sad goodbye.
That is so beautiful. Honestly, like that just 13 years of age you were when you wrote that song. That is unbelievable.
Yes, I would have been 13, 14, about a freshman in high school.
It's just incredible.
I'd have to give credit to my co-writer Joe Kaliva, because I could not play guitar at that time, and he heard this, and then that inspired the words. So gotta give credit to him too. Much deserved credit.
It's just a beautiful song. It's gorgeous. Anyway, in celebration of Buckle and Boots becoming 10 years old.
I know, it's so grown.
It's so grown. But it's 1 year old in Switzerland. I think you're playing Switzerland.
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'd like to go on a Payton Taylor DeLorean.
Okay.
Back to the future.
Okay, okay.
Or back to the past, then back to the future. To kind of, I suppose, your career has probably spanned longer than 10 years. It's kind of nostalgia kind of feeling this weekend. So
Yeah.
it was just kind of like, what started your love of, like, you wrote that song when you were 13, which is, like, that's just incredible. Insane, but incredible at the same time. What inspired your love of music and country music? Because obviously it feels like country music is in your soul and in your...
So I grew up with, I feel like a lot of people have a story of coming into music by hearing country music playing on the radio growing up. And I'm from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. So I had musicians in the family, and what they would listen to and what they would play was a lot of like big band, Frank Sinatra. My dad's like barometer for music is Frank Sinatra. If it's good,
He's a crooner.
Yes, very Italian. Family from the Northeast. That's their thing. So that was always in my soul. My dad played drums. Uncles played saxophones. Just very musical family.
Wow.
Always sang. I have a video of me singing one of those old crooner songs. Buonasera, buonasera, signorina, buonasera.
Wow.
I have a picture of this too. I was kindergarten? I don't know. But that's what like they would listen to in the house. So I wasn't hearing Alan Jackson, Johnny Cash, and Willie Nelson in the house. That came later in life where I knew I wanted to sing. Didn't know what I wanted to sing. But I ended up coming across my grandfather's records, and I started to... First, I just thought the cover art for the country records looks kind of cool, right? Like, you just look at Dolly Parton, you're not gonna want to... You're gonna want to listen to that record. And I would put it on his little player, and I think it was the stories. It was always the stories that made me really, really interested. I always loved story time in school, right? So I felt very fortunate that a show choir group that I was a part of, this arts organization, was taking a trip to Nashville in the summer of 2009. Had a little bit of country music knowledge at that point, but when I went to Nashville, it all kind of made sense. I went, okay, this is the place where these stories, songs got written, and I just was overcome, and I just felt it. So I came home and I was just grabbing it. Every single song that I could find, I started to dig in. I fell in love with Alison Krauss after coming home, and I guess my voice just started to find those little things, like when I would try to do big crooning songs or big belting songs like big band or musical theater, my voice just didn't lend itself there. It didn't feel at home, and I tried to almost force it. And I remember my mom said one time, I know you really love this, but it just doesn't sound like it's at home in your voice. And I remember I started playing her some things I was listening to, and her eyes kind of got real big, and she was like, oh, okay. This makes sense. I'm hearing that this makes sense. This feels very natural. And I wasn't trying to push something. Like, it's almost like I came home to it. So that's where country music came into the picture. So music, whole life, country music, a little bit later in life, and then guitar I just had to pick up as a necessity. I had tried when I was in second grade to play guitar, fingers hurt, complained, put it down. Then had
They do hurt when you say
yes, like
really.
I can't feel anything in my fingertips anymore. But yeah, I quit, and then I was like, well, I guess I have to pick this back up. So picked that up when I was in high school, and everything just kind of started rolling from there. My parents saw that I was just this is what I want to do, and I basically begged them if I could be homeschooled for high school. They said yes. They were crazy enough to say yes. So I was homeschooled for high school, and we would just make trips back and forth to Nashville several times a month from Philly, and that's like a 17 hour drive.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've done 12-hour drive today, and that's like 5 hours more.
Yeah.
That's
So and they were crazy enough to believe in me, and I owe everything to them in that belief in me. You know, times that they believe in me more than I believe in myself. So that's how that all came to be. And then very like January 2013, my dad was looking to retire. He's a retired police officer. And I said, well, I think I'd like to eventually go to Nashville. My parents were, all right, then we'll all go to Nashville. So everybody, my grandmother, and we've been there for 13 years since.
That's awesome. Like, I think it's hard enough being an independent artist or an artist in the music industry. It's very, very tough in this day and age with like streaming and all the things that you need to do. So to have like parents that support you that much, like, just give you the confidence and belief in yourself to just go out and do it.
I firmly believe that had they not moved, I would without a doubt have moved back. I probably would have been in Nashville, maybe I would have made it a year, but my family and I were very close. And yeah, there's no way that I would still be in Nashville had they not made that move. So I'm eternally grateful. And they love it too. So it's not like they made a move and they don't like it, they actually really enjoy it too.
Like Nashville is, in a sense, the home of country music. It's where the country song is born in the 9 to 5 writing days. It's where songwriting is at its heart, and musicianship there is just extremely amazing.
That's the wild part. Like, you think you're good, and then you go out and go, no.
Mediocre.
No. Yeah, I'm never gonna play guitar again. Actually, yeah, I'll just never play guitar again. And you don't get that, you know, in such a small pond. You can become a big fish in a small pond very quickly. But Nashville humbles me almost on the daily, which is good. Because it keeps you grounded.
And we were talking to Austin Jenks earlier, and he was in The Voice. You were in, I don't know if it's The Voice competitor, but you were in American Idol. But accidentally.
Yes.
I was watching that, and like all you see is Katy Perry whispering to him, and everyone's like, Luke Bryan's just sitting, what's going on? And you're standing there, what's going on? And your sister looks awful worried, or like cut to the camera, and your sister's face is like, and then you sang a John Prine song.
Yes.
You didn't half sing it. You sang the crap out of that song. Like, your sister sang the crap out of her song as well, so I don't know what Katy Perry was saying.
Well, so here's my take on that, and I think this stays within the guidelines of what I
can and can't say.
Correct.
Andy.
My sister got a casting call for the show. I could not be on this show because if you have a publishing deal or any kind of like Nashville deal, you really can't be on those shows. Like,
okay.
It's a legal thing. And I wanted to help my sister. My sister needed somebody to play guitar for her. And I was more than happy to jump in and play guitar and help her out. And I think, you know, through the audition process, because there's several rounds, I think somebody caught wind that I was sister, right? So, my sister kind of looked at me and was like, if anything goes sideways in there, just sing. Because we'll deal with the rest later, but just sing. So we kind of made that like pact. Yeah, we didn't know, obviously, when we walked in the room, but I mean, my sister and I, we don't look terribly alike, but I think enough alike that we can tell. So that's how that all happened, and we both got tickets.
You did?
Yes. Both
Which
got
I was like, because Katy Perry said no, and then I got awful worried. I was like, oh my gosh, like.
Well, I'll also tell
That
I'll
would not
tell
have
you
been
this.
fun. That would not have been fun. I don't know
My-
why they wanted to do that, but that would not have been fun.
My sister is a phenomenal vocalist.
Yes, I was.
And what makes me sad is that there was a beautiful big note that did not make the audition. It was,
Edit.
I wish the world could have heard that note in the room that day. And I also know that my sister has resting face, right? Like, you know
Yeah,
the phrase, yeah. She does.
It's not resting bitch face.
She
Just
has
resting
like,
face.
she has a resting face. So, I don't know, like,
Yeah.
Just a lot can happen. It's a TV show, right?
Yep.
So, a lot of things could be made to appear a certain way, and that's probably the closest I can get
Got ya.
to the whole thing. But
Got ya.
but know that when we both got the tickets, it became very evident that it was going to be sister versus sister. And my sister and I looked at one another and I said, first of all, legally I can't be here, so I don't know what I'm gonna do. But I said, I'm not going to go in front of a camera and fight with you for an algorithm or clicks. Like I'm not going to do that. So that was my big guiding thing. I mean, I don't even know if I could have gone forward even if I wanted to, but that was my big guiding light of I'm not going to move forward with this in competition with you. And she handed her ticket in as well. And we actually did not know that was going to air. We signed photo releases. I think she had signed a contestant agreement, which said, I don't have a club deal, I don't have a management deal, which she did not. I did not sign a contestant agreement because I was not going as a contestant. All I knew was that I signed a photo release. So I'm in Ireland playing Paddy's Day 2018. And 6-7 hours ahead? My phone, you would have thought it was just going to explode. People, why didn't you tell me? I said, I didn't even know. I got on the plane, flew back to the States, and I remember Good Morning America picked up that segment, and they called me the sister audition stealer. And I was like, if they only knew that we were literally before we walked in, there is no way we're gonna do this to one another. Oh, it was. So I always make a point to, what's the phrase, give flowers to compliment my sister, because I think it's an opinion, right? Everyone can have an opinion. That doesn't break anything. I don't think they painted my sister as my sister, who she really is, and just how talented she really is. Grateful that they gave us a platform, but I would have loved it if the world could have heard everything she can do, because she can do that.
She's a backing singer in your band. Seen
She'll
Hello TV thing, and she was.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, she does that with me, and she's actually a percussionist, phenomenal percussionist. She's a great percussionist.
It just shows you shows like that you don't you as an audience are showing something that is controlled by a team of people who want this kind of thing, and we'll play this person because of this and because of that, and then they'll edit it in such a way that then you as an audience member will believe that of that person and that of that talent. And it sometimes makes me think I think sometimes that people are exploited with talent shows like that, because it's a dream that they want so much and so badly that let's see what fun or story you can have out of this. Or
I think there's
I think it's sad that way.
I think there's a lot of really good people and really great artists who, when put in a position where it feels like your dreams are right on the other side, you just gotta do X, Y, Z, that you can, what's a good way to put it? You can justify it to yourself. Oh, I'll do this, even if it's against my morals, what I believe in, what I stand in. just to get on this other side, and then I'll backtrack. But something like family,
Yeah.
that's not worth even, to me, was not worth putting even over any kind of fire to risk. So, yeah, so I said no. I said no. They called me back the following year, and that was a whole nother thing. You never even saw me on TV. They called me back. They said...
Really?
Yeah. They called me back the following year, and they said, you know, we want you, not your sister, but we want you to come back. And I told my sister, I said, well, what do you want me to go? She goes, well, after you saw what they did to me, you gotta go, and like you gotta go. I said, all right, I did, you know, and I went, you know, as far as I still had the publishing and management deal at that time, so that that does place restrictions, but yeah, it's a thing where when I meet somebody new now, because it feels like a whole different lifetime ago, go, oh, I saw your American Idol thing, and I just go, oh, you know, I mean, and then I think of people who did stuff really embarrassing, and I just go, oh, those poor people. Because I mean, it was kind of like, it was stressful to see the sister tension, but I mean, nothing horribly embarrassing happened or anything like that, you know, couldn't come back from. So
it just looked
forever.
It looked kind of. It didn't look very nice the way Katy Perry was whispering anyway, like when she did that. And then she was like, no, I'm going to get an that's really mean. That's actually, I thought that, but that's really mean. Like, she sounded really good. She sounded awesome, your sister. Like a different voice to yours.
She's very R&B.
Yeah.
I think her voice really shines. Like, she did, gosh, what has she done? She did I believe it's on the internet, you can find it, of her singing My Funny Valentine, like those crooner songs. She just has this timbre to her voice that is just so complimentary to songs like that. When we were in Nashville, Maddie and Tay had just gotten signed, so a big Nashville thing that'll happen is one label will do something, so another label goes, oh, well, we need our own copy of that, basically. So they wanted another two-girl duo. And they looked at my sister and I, and we were just so vastly different in personality and style that I don't think it would have ever worked. We worked great in like a collaborative capacity, but as far as collaborative as a duo, I don't know. I don't know. Because it would,
both very different.
It would be a disservice to her style, and it would be, you know, it just wouldn't be right. So you really, for a duo, I think you have to really have a magic in a bottle, and with that other person, and I think she's just so talented in her own right that she just needs to shine at what she does.
But the blending of genres these days,
right?
I mean, anything could happen.
Yeah.
Like genres just blend all over the shop. So I mean, it's not impossible.
You never know. Never say never.
Never say never in the music industry, because you never know what boundaries will be pushed in the next 5 minutes. Let alone the next few years.
Yeah.
You just never know. Your new single, Bloom, is gorgeous. And I think you posted a picture of you as a young child, and that's just like that. It's just so like.
Oh, thank you.
I love that story. I think it just doesn't matter like what age you are. If you have a dream and you want to make it, then do it. And if like you will grow at your own time and in your own space, no matter what age you are. Just do it, and that's kind of what I take from that song. Because I think it's just so moving, and to see like that just moves me to see you as a young girl, and it just like it's just so sweet. I know that you're obviously not a young girl now, but you're a young woman now.
I know. It's scary. Well, you know, if I think of that little girl, and I think if she could find out that in however many years that was, because I don't know, that she'd be on the porch in a cabin. At White Bottom Farm,
talking to a random girl with a hat.
All of, you know, outside of, you know, Manchester, in the United Kingdom. Like, I don't know what. Like, I know she would not be able to fathom that, and yet, still, I was even talking about with Brian Kinder, we get ourselves so wrapped up in this comparison. Thing. It's so ugly, and Nashville, for as friendly as Nashville is and family-like as Nashville is, it's one of those things where if you look to your left and you look to your right, you start to panic. And the reason why I was told to do that marathon, the marathon in which I trained to run and met my husband, was the music manager I was working with at the time. He said, you're going to learn with music, and this 100% true to this day. You're going to learn in music that if you look to your left and if you look to your right, you're going to start messing up. You're going to start.
Yeah.
So, when you run a marathon, you don't look to your right and you don't look to your left at the people who are going. You run your pace, you run your race. And it made sense. I was like, okay, well, I think you just want me to work out so I'm fit on stage. But sure, if that's what you're thinking, I think you just know that we have some big tour dates coming up and you want me to have Carrie Underwood legs. But all right, fine. He was right. He was right. He was right.
Is that a song?
Yeah.
It's like a
Carrie
parody.
Underwood legs.
Carrie Underwood legs.
I never got to Carrie Underwood legs. I never got to Carrie Underwood legs because I spent so much time during that training just yapping with my now husband. So the running became walking. But it's true. And if we get caught up in the comparison, and I say this not as somebody who is an expert who has perfected it. I say this as I say it and I sing it because I need to remind myself that everything is going to bloom in its own time. Additionally, with the music industry, country music, I think especially, that there is a bit of a thing where there's, I don't want to say an expiration date, but there's definitely for a female artist writer an expectation of the guys can grow and mature and put some salt and pepper in their beard and it works. And it's only within maybe the past 10 years that you're seeing these country artists, female country artists, who are mothers, who are, not 19 years old. I think of Ashley McBride. I was told, I'll share this story. I was told by, and if I'm going over, you stop me, please.
Nope.
I'm just.
Continue.
I feel like we're right at home. I don't know. It's like, hey, I just met you. Let's just, that connection, right?
There's no time around.
I was told by a music industry high up woman. I went to her house to play some songs that I had written. She worked at a label, and she had her little daughter there. And I played the songs, and she looked at me, and she said, the song Yeah Boy by Kelsey Ballerini had just come out, for context. She said, you don't look like Kelsey Ballerini, so you better write songs like Ashley McBride. Let that sink in. You don't look like Kelsey Ballerini, so you better sing songs like Ashley McBride. Or you better write songs, or you have to write songs good as Ashley McBride. And first, it was the, what? And then after that, I looked over and I saw her daughter playing with dolls in the same room, and I went,
Nice message.
I said, I doubt she caught that, but what a cycle. What a cycle that happens in Nashville every day. I had gotten a business bachelor's with full intention to do music business. Like, if I wasn't going to be in the music business as an artist, I was going to pursue the business side of music in Nashville. And after that, and a lot of other experiences that I won't go on the record saying, it was during COVID. I really thank God that I had the time during COVID to sit with myself and get real, because I remember thinking, I cannot tell the next 15-year-old the things that I was told at 15. I can't sleep at night if I were to do that. I can't imagine I could sleep at night. So that's when I just thought, all right, well, I'm not going to do music business. I could keep this music degree, and I ended up falling into tutoring some kids. Because remember, a lot of kids who were out of school, they were doing online school. They had these little tutoring pods. So I always have loved doing music outreach with children. Started to just tutor their schoolwork. Oh, I love this. So I went and got a elementary education master's degree during COVID because there was nothing else to do but post TikToks, and I thought TikTok was going to go away. I fumbled the ball on that. I really did. I thought, why am I going to spend...
Just a little.
Yeah. I thought, why am I going to spend so much time on this app? They're talking about that they're going to block it in the States, and you know, I had lived through Vine. Vine was a really big platform.
It was, yes.
And then it went away.
It disappeared.
I said, I can't have that heartbreak again. I said, you know what? I'm not going to sit here during this precious time and dance. And of course, at the time, everyone was just kind of dancing. I can't dance. So I was like, I'm not just going to dance. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to get that. And that's what I did. And now I just live with whatever that is, with that choice, right? All we got to do is live with our choice. But that's where that whole journey, especially recently, was supposed to be a buckle and boots in 2020. Instead, I was at home tutoring and doing an elementary ed master's degree and not on TikTok. Who
But
knows
now
what
you-
life would have been?
Is this your first trip to the UK? Wow. And
And
Switzerland.
yes, this has been a very long time coming. I, over the years, became really good friends with Annette Gibbons and her platform Think Country,
Yep.
and she used to come to Nashville a lot,
Yeah.
and we would spend a lot of time together. She still does quite a bit, I believe, with Think Country, and she would just tell me how hungry for country music
Yep.
that the UK was. And I wanted to go really, really bad. And then my friend William Michael, I believe he was on one of the first.
He was, yeah.
One of the first. Buckle and boots, and they just came home and were like, "You're gonna love it, and this is so much fun. You're gonna love it." So I was so excited. I remember when it was January 1, New Year's Day of 2020. I texted a manager. I said, "This is the year we go to the UK." It was not the year we went to the UK. Spoiler alert: it was not. But I'm grateful. Even if it took a little bit of extra time, right? So take a little while to bloom. Took a while to get here. It all worked out.
But there's always, they always say there's a reason for everything.
I believe there is.
Yeah.
I don't. The big joke between my husband and I is that I don't know if we would have ever reconnected had the world not shut down. I said, did it really take the world having to shut down for us to like reconnect? I really believe it did, because he was doing lots of traveling, playing rugby, and he was going to University of Memphis, and I was touring, and in that world, had those paths continued, we maybe would have never crossed paths. So I am grateful for what did happen.
See, I think that's like, I wouldn't know half the artists I know and love now if it wasn't for lockdown. I probably wouldn't
Really?
know these two geezers either.
That might be a benefit.
Well, jury's out on that one.
Yeah,
No, I probably wouldn't know these two because like we met during COVID when there was live streams, and then
No, we
like
met
the
before.
UK scene. Huh?
Met the long road before COVID.
Yeah, but COVID.
Like, yeah, but like 2 years
I
before
was
COVID, don't you?
But we knew all,
Yeah.
but we weren't like working together, and we weren't
No.
like, because like over COVID, like you
Yeah.
were doing all your live streams,
Yeah.
and I was on one of your live streams singing, the most nerve-wracking I've ever been in my life.
So the
Anyway.
world had to shut down for you all to
Yeah.
start collaborating as well.
And he was, well, I won't say a fan, but like you were watching on my, excuse me, I started a Voice of a Woman platform which celebrates women in music, basically, because of all the reasons you have just said, and the song Rhinestone as well. That is basically a Voice of a Woman anthem, basically.
Thank you.
And I would do a lot of live streams and just chatting to women in music, and that's how I met Chris, because he came up to me like, do you know, like when you obviously you don't know who's watching you, and then he just came up and stood beside me, and I was just like, oh hello, who's this? But it was
Not
the
in a creepy
loveliest.
way.
No, it was not in a creepy way. But you know how sometimes it can be. But like it was just lovely the way you said thanks for doing the live streams, and it was just lovely, and it was just like. It was just such a lovely, like, I'll never forget that moment. I never will. Like, it meant so much when you just, like, were just so lovely, and then ever since, I can't get rid of you. But that's good.
A lot of good things can come out of really bad things, I think. I wonder what it's going to be like, you know, Lord willing, if I have kids someday, what that will look like trying to tell them, oh yeah, mommy used to go on sing to her phone to people on the other side of their phones. I don't know what that's going to be like to explain someday. I'm sure they'll read it in they won't even have a textbook at that point, I'm sure. It'll be something else. They'll read it in AI, maybe. I don't know. But,
AI.
but it's a time that I look now, 6 years, fondly at, because I think it was a really big year of helping to realign what was important to me. I think, especially in Nashville, it's go, go, go. What's the next thing? The next song, the next tour, the next date, the next this. And to have the ability to shut it all down for a second and go, am I doing what I need to do in the long run here? If I hadn't had the opportunity, I don't know. I don't know what that would look like. So I'm grateful.
Well, now it looks like us sitting here. Lovely, actually, sitting here.
I know, right?
On the front porch.
I
Which is
know.
very Nashville-esque, isn't it?
We walked into this cabin. We walked into this cabin up in East Tennessee, Gatlinburg, where Dolly Parton has Dollywood and all the cabins. When we walked in, I looked over to Matt, and Matt Rogers has such a thick country accent.
Yeah.
I said,
Yeah.
brother, it looks like we're in Gatlinburg in this thing. I'm looking for a black bear. Go to Dollywood, get me a corn dog. We didn't get a corn dog, but they did bring. They brought Greg's rolls.
Greg's, yeah.
They brought
Sausage
Greg's.
rolls.
We
Yes.
talked about that at the show in Birmingham last night. Yes.
Yes.
So I've
They are
not tried one yet.
You have to, I
have
think there's
to
a Greg's
try
bag in there.
There is. They're going to bring an assortment of
Steak bake.
a chicken.
Yeah, chicken bake, steak bake.
Yes, they're going to bring an assortment, and we're going to do a video of like
Tasting.
country
session.
artists try kind of thing. American country.
Oh, yes.
Try Greg. And maybe Greg will sponsor it.
That could be, that could be a thing.
Buckland Boots Year 11 will be brought to you by Greg.
Ah,
Cha-ching.
yes, that
That's-
sounds like a plan. That sounds like a
Maybe I
future
should have
plan.
stayed in the music business. Oh,
Definitely sounds like a plan. Sponsorship deal right there. I want to play a little game. It's not a hard game.
Okay.
It's just it's called This or That. So you
This or
just
That, okay.
choose between two things. It's like your preference. So it's
Okay.
like love or money.
love.
I'm glad you went for that. I'm
Love.
glad that pause wasn't that. Ooh, maybe
No,
money.
love. I mean, I don't want to say that. I don't want to say, not have enough money to have electric. I mean, it's a lot harder to love somebody when you're cold. It's a lot harder to love somebody when you're hungry.
Yay!
So not.
No, there's a song in that.
Yeah.
There's a definite song in that.
But like, I've seen very, very large amounts of wealth, and I just don't get excited by large displays of wealth. I know that it takes money to make money, it takes money to do things, and it's a tool, but I mean, that or over love of family, of a partner, yeah, it's love for me.
Singing or songwriting?
I'm gonna say, can I have a first love, then second love?
Yeah.
Singing came first. So if what came first, the chicken or the egg? The singing came first, so that was a first love.
Yeah.
Songwriting was a love that came later. As it stands right now, I love both because they're both such different tool sets. So to know how to craft a song is so different from how do I deliver what I've created, or what, if it's somebody else's song, what somebody else has created. So two whole different skill sets. But first love was singing. I had to learn songwriting, if that makes sense.
It doesn't. Yeah.
So it's not quite a that, it was more like a what came first. So, sorry, I changed the rules of the game. I'm so sorry.
No, you see, that's the whole kind of the whole aspect of it. Like, it's not, you don't have to. It's just a fun thing to
Yes.
see where you are with like the love of music and just to find out. Do you play any other instruments, or is it just guitar?
I play guitar. Anything that has 6 strings, like I have a little mandolin, but it's tuned like a guitar. So it's not like I know another tuning. It's basically a guitar that looks and sounds like a mandolin.
So if I said singing or guitar?
Singing. Yeah, sing. Yeah, I can do that. Guitar, guitar has been a necessity to pick up, and I'm grateful that it allows me to deliver my vocal myself, and I don't have to, you know, find a guitar player or sing a cappella. I can support myself in that way. The ability to just like sit and start playing scales, that never really was something I fell in love with, and still to this day I could, but I don't. I should. I actually need to learn a lot more music theory on piano. I can't play piano to save my life. Kezia recorded a song with me in Copenhagen, or not with me. We're on the same album in
the Nashville.
Yes, Nashville Nights record. And she played piano, and I could never do that.
You know,
I could never do that. The white keys and the black keys start to like move on me. They start to just move.
What you mean without you touching them?
Yeah, like they
they're just
start,
like psychedelic piano.
yeah, like I can't do it. I can't do it. So people who can do that, my man, respect.
See, I play piano and I find it easier than guitar. I play both. I find piano easier, I think, because obviously the fingers.
Yeah.
First thing. And I would love to be able to do, you know, these slick guitar riffs.
Oh, me too.
And they look really cool, and you fall in love with the guys because they just look so amazing, they're cool and handsome. Just, you know, rip that guitar riff and you're like, oh, I would love to do that. But it's easier to do that on a piano. Easier to kind of, just easier.
I don't have
easier.
that skill.
It's easier
I
to
don't
do.
have it.
But on guitars, it's just not easy.
I remember when I was so young, I grew up outside of Philadelphia on New Jersey. We were so close to the boardwalks, right? And people would play, and by people I mean young, cool teenage guys who would be like singing on the boardwalk, you know, hey baby, gonna be the one that saves me, it's like wonderful.
Oh.
And all the girls would be like, wow. And I remember I was not super popular, but I remember thinking, wow, maybe if I picked up guitar, I could like
Doesn't seem
feel like that. It doesn't work that way.
It doesn't. Why
It
not?
does not.
Why not?
I don't know, but the internet needs to tell us why. Because it made me the weird girl. It did not make me the cool girl, it made me the weird girl. But all the other guys, yeah, wonder why. I was like, well, this is lame. I learned all these chords for nothing. Well, not for nothing, because we're here, but yeah.
You see, that makes me think of like there isn't that many female guitarists that like can do really slick guitar riffs. There is one I'm thinking of that's springing to mind right now, is the one from Striking Matches.
Yes.
Striking Matches.
Yes.
She rocks a guitar.
Her, I think of Orianthi. She was supposed to be, she's an artist in her own right, but she was supposed to be on Michael Jackson's 2009 This Is It tour as like the lead player, like the lick and beat it. If you watch the video, that's why I watched it when we were on the plane. I was specifically watching for her because she's incredible. Orianthi, I believe she's on the show. And the other guitar player that I'm thinking of is Samantha Fish. She's a blues player,
Yeah,
so
she's
will
awesome.
Slide,
Yeah.
and so she's very, very impressive. If I could do like slide, I think that's something that I would actually be interested in. But man, I just need 48 hours in a day, I guess, at this point.
Buckles or boots?
Boots.
Hey,
And-
I've got a very snazzy pair of boots.
And my reasoning
May I just
behind
say-
it, thank you. My reasoning behind it is that buckles will destroy the backside of a guitar every time.
Wowza! See?
See, like, is it
See?
just clink, 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 chip, chip, and then you just destroy it. So that's why I stopped wearing. I wear a lot more dresses on stage now, but even when I wore a lot of jeans, I just would not do buckles because they just hear bang, bang, clack.
That's a very good point.
The more you know.
See? You learn something new every morning session, and it's always different. Love it. Thai food or burgers?
Oh, I don't think I have enough experience with Thai food to be able to.
There's a van.
It looks good. It looks very good. I think.
had one.
All right. Well, I think I need to go be more well informed before I make that decision. But I'll go with chicken burger, turkey burger. I'm more of that kind of person.
I wonder what answer would be considering you've got a song with this word in the title. Whiskey or beer?
You know, I have a song called "Whiskey on My Wings,"
Oh, which is cool.
but I actually don't drink.
Well, I don't drink either.
All right. Yes. I love that.
It's very rare when you meet someone that doesn't drink.
Yes.
Like, I just think this, that's just bonded us completely now for life.
And-
Like, yes!
And everyone has different reasons, and everyone has different stories. Some people, it was like I needed to do this for me, or I wasn't gonna, make it to the next concert kind of thing. For me, it was I wrote a song called Pandora's Bottle recently, and I just debuted it last night at Birmingham Symphony Hall.
Was it good?
And I could not have any alcohol while I was taking this medication. Nobody told me that. It was one time the night I got engaged, I had a drink. Only time that I really had a drink, because when you're playing venues where there's a lot of alcohol from the time that you are, gosh knows how old. My 21st birthday, I stayed at home in a pair of pajamas and I ate a cookie because I was like, I want to go to a bar. I don't want to go to a bar. I've seen enough foolishness, people acting like fools in a bar. I'm good.
Pajamas, the best clothes, cookies.
It was like going into the office, It's like I deal with that a lot, so I don't want to do that.
Now you've got Ashley McBride's Redemption Bar that's still on.
Yes, I passed by it so much, and yet I've yet to go up and see, which is crazy, right?
Oh.
I know. It's like
Yeah,
it's like
to
right
play.
in your backyard. You don't go. I don't know why. Well, usually when I'm down there, I have to I'm either going to play around somewhere or at Luke Combs' Category 10. I play there quite a bit, and you got to load in, do your gig, and then by the time you're done the gig, you're just tired, But I do think that that's really neat that she opened that there's an option for that.
Yeah.
And I hope that, I mean, I
cool.
think even in just my journey of doing music, when I said I didn't drink, I had a good writer friend, it was actually Blue here. He said, don't make anybody feel bad that you don't drink. I was like, and then it started to make sense, like why he said that, because it was like
some people
you're not,
do.
you're not fun, you're not fun,
I've
you're
had
not,
that, so.
What's your motive, and I like to have my wits about me. I like to know what's going on, and I like to be able to remember the next day.
Yes.
And if there's something that does that, I don't really want to do that. So
I remember listening to all my friends at school and even at parties, and even like unplanned pregnancy because of it. And it's like, right, I do not want to be in a position where I'm that drunk and get pregnant. I do not want to have to make that choice for a start.
being
And like everyone,
minded is a gift.
yeah, and then being like, everyone the next day, they're like, never again, never again. But then the next night they would be doing it again, and I'd be like, feel crap, why? And then they'd be like, oh, you be quiet, be quiet. And then I would remember everything, so I would be the annoying person. I know what you did last night, kind of.
Yeah.
And it was just like, no, but I just like it's. I drink Coke
There you go. Exactly.
and water, and they're very nice drinks, and I think that's fabulous. Now I need to find a picture because there's songs here that there's choices here that you might find difficult or it might be alright. Whiskey on My Wings or Shotgun and a Shot.
Oh my goodness. All right. So
You know where we're going now, don't you?
yeah, this is like making you pick your children. This is like
That usually has a reaction like that, but usually it does because you're like, okay, that's hard. I didn't know where you were going
okay.
with that. Right.
So I'm gonna go with shovel because
Because it's cracky, so they both are.
because it's a story song. I mean, obviously, I've never been in a position where I did that.
Neither have I, but it's
more
fun
like
to
a
listen.
movie.
And
It's more like you're watching a movie, and the Whiskey on My Wings song. I mean, the whiskey for me has always been a metaphor. You know, with a little bit of Whiskey on My Wings sounds really good, but a little bit of just like trying to do the right thing and just trying your best. That was kind of the metaphor for me with that. So I'm gonna go
Cool
with
metaphor.
Shovel because it does play out like a movie.
It's a cool metaphor to think like an angel is the white kind of angelic creature with
Yes, just
just a little, not a lot.
we're all just doing our best.
Just a little bit, and I'm not perfect, but just a little stain of
Exactly.
whiskey right there, just a stain of whiskey right there, just a spectacle.
Exactly.
American Born. Angel from Montgomery.
Okay, Angel from Montgomery, because I didn't write it. American Born needs to be in a truck commercial. Maybe I'll change it to American Born if someone puts it in a truck commercial. But Angel from Montgomery is John Prine, and I can't put anything but John Prine in the songwriting aspect.
But you do him serious justice when you sing it, because it's the chorus. I know it's only a bit.
I mean, so like let's think of storytelling again, right? That first line, I am an old woman named after my mother. I recorded that when I was 22. So like, where are you channeling this feeling of I am an old woman? That's like what was up the empathy piece. You just have to open yourself up to feeling what it must feel like, or when you've been at a point in your life where you feel like you've gone through so much and you're just at this crossroads. So
But you've been doing that since you were 15.
yeah, songwriters, man, songwriters.
It's definitely in your blood. Definitely. Carolina Lighting or your
Carolina, I'm gonna say Carolina Lightning because Carolina Lightning is one of the few love songs I have, and I wrote that when my husband proposed in North Carolina. We were on the edge of the beach, and there was a lightning storm coming down the beach, and I remember feeling so excited for this next step in our lives, but also terrified. And when I looked at the storm, I remember I looked at Ethan and I said, "That's beautiful," meaning the storm as it's coming, and I said, "That's also terrifying." That's kind of how it feels right now, doesn't it? And it was the first song I wrote when I came back home from my trip. Was that song, Carolina Lightning.
Bloom or Rhinestone?
I'm gonna say Bloom because Rhinestone was written while I was in the thick of the Music Row thing. It's its own thing. It's a wonderful thing. But it's hearing no a lot. It does a lot to you. It doesn't put your head in a good headspace.
Yeah.
And Bloom was from a headspace that was,
The opposite.
yes, much more positive, much more, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to be on time when it's on time.
And I love the lyric, like obviously I'm Voice of Women, so the lyric that stood out in Rhinestone to me was, it's hard to be one of the boys when they just see you as one.
The girls, yes.
Yeah.
That
I think
line
is really powerful. It
That-
says it all.
That line was born out of I had a meeting, and I remember I sang my heart out at this meeting, and as I was leaving the boardroom, I was told, "Well, what do you think?" And the music person said, "Well, I have 11 girls right now, and I can't break any of them. I can't out of 12." And I was like, "Wow. You mean to say there's a whole queue of 11 female artists that have yet to break?" And like that just really stuck with me. It was like, so to think all of those incredible female artists would be just kind of put on a shelf was sad. So that's where that line came from.
It's even more powerful now. Concealed Carrying or Sad Goodbye?
I'm going to go with Concealed Carrying because that song was also very much a story song, and that song was written with a great songwriter and also a veteran. And we got to talking about things that people carry, unseen things that people carry, especially those who are first responders, military. You hear of such
traumatic experience.
Yes, and when they come home, they're often not the same, and that goes for people who are in the military and go away and come back home. I think that also very much applies to people who are police, who are first responders, in like nurses.
Yeah.
I think I was telling Ryan Kinder about this. I said we are so blessed that when we step up to play at like Buckland's, right? We are stepping up on stage to go to work, which that's even wild to, like, yes, we do this as what we do. On a day that everyone has woken up and they're excited and they're looking forward to making memories and having good times. People who are in those jobs, first responders, military, you're usually not going to the emergency room when you're having the best day of your life. You know what I mean? Like, they're seeing people at a really bad time, and when you go into work, you clock into that. So that was something that I had really thought about during that song. And you just never know what somebody's carrying, but you don't have to carry it for them.
It's a beautiful song as well, and concealed carrying, it's just such a beautiful way of describing it.
It was
Because you don't always see what people, you don't always see what people are carrying, you don't always know what somebody's bringing to whatever it is they're doing.
And the fact that it's a double entendre for actually like carrying a
Yeah.
firearm. I didn't realize that in titling the song that
Double entendres.
that the song would get flagged for it being a song about firearms. I was like, no,
Dear.
this is not a song about that. This is
The opposite!
we're using it as a metaphor. This is figurative language. I promise, I'm a songwriter, please. But even though it kind of got hidden, I think, in the algorithm because of that, because social media is what it is, I hope that the song continues to find who it needs to find when they need to.
Yeah, I think that's the most powerful thing about songwriting. I say this every time, and I feel it every time. Songs like Concealed Carrying and Sad Goodbye will find the people when they need it. And it's probably those kind of powerful songs will literally save people's lives. It will literally be a powerful thing to help comfort, and which is just one of the most powerful things music has. And yeah. So for that, thank you.
Thank you for being willing to talk about all these songs that I swear you just write them and you record them and you just hope somebody finds them and somebody likes them, and that's all you can hope for.
Payton, it has been a joy talking to you. Thank you so much.
It feels like we've known each other forever now.
We have bonded over non-drinking.
I know, look at that. So
We are the non-drinking soul sisters. That is what we are now.
Correct. So we are the B&B.
We'll meet for a coke.
designated drivers.
You want to go to Ashley's Redemption Bar for a coke? Whatever.
Yes.
When I ever make it to Nashville. You are performing throughout the weekend. You've got a songwriter round tomorrow, isn't it?
Yes, I'm on the Nashville Nights Writers Round. Saturday, I believe I'm popping up at some point as a guest at some point.
Ooh.
Sunday,
Watch this space.
Sunday there is the Sunday service. I'm doing the Sunday service.
Yeah, you were. Yeah.
Jen Bostic, and I'm really excited about that. I've gotten the opportunity to start writing more songs of faith, which I'm very excited. I was
Can't
so
wait for that. So good.
I'm gonna play something that I wrote when my first song about prayer, about faith, and I'm gonna sing that on Sunday with and Jen will be there. So I'll be doing the Sunday service, and then on Sunday evening I have the full band show. And that I'm so nervous. I'm so nervous.
It's going to be awesome. I know it's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
I know I have faith in your abilities, and I know
Thank you.
because you are awesome. And thank you for coming on and spending so much time, because we've been chatting. But I don't know how long, but it's definitely
Hour and 10.
an hour and 10. Is
Nearly
that
an hour
all?
and 10.
Don't even feel like an
That's
hour
quite
and 10.
short for us.
Don't even feel like it. Yeah, that's just, it's been a pleasure. And
Thank
you.
you. Thank you so much.
One song, one story, unforgettable on the road.